Containment is often misinterpreted as a limitation. In truth, it is a holographic threshold condition that allows potential to converge into coherence. This is not merely psychological safety or emotional security. It is a harmonic gate of dimensional translation, containment as dimensional lens. From an energetic perspective, form itself is containment. Every particle, thought, or being is a collapsed waveform bounded by resonance. The moment we define, perceive, or name a thing, we have contained it, not in force, but in symbolic recursion. Consciousness functions as a harmonic operator that selects phase-constrained outcomes. This means that you, the perceiver, are always acting as the container when your resonance becomes coherent enough to constrain reality into form. Let's explore this. You are the masculine field in that moment, not by identity, but by harmonic function. Containment, then, is a mirror condition where waveform becomes phase-locked into observable state, a standing wave boundary, like the skin of a drum that allows tone, a selection filter where infinite potential is distilled into meaningful experience. The feminine, in this framework, is not the contained. It is the harmonic emergence, the waveform, emotion, light, memory, chaos, and creation. It is not weaker. It is the field before selection. It precedes containment. It demands it not for control, but for coherence. When Teal Swan speaks of the feminine desiring masculine containment, she echoes a deeper truth. The field of emergence longs for coherence. The feminine is not chaotic because it is unstable. It is uncollapsed waveform, full spectrum potential. What she calls masculine containment is like the harmonic tuning fork that stabilizes the feminine field long enough for her to remember herself. But this is not about gender. It is about function. The masculine is not a man. The feminine is not a woman. These are modal operations of waveform and collapse, and both live within you and me. We all have both masculine and feminine within us, right now, as breath. The fifth dimensional dance. Containment, then, is the fifth dimensional act of harmonic collapse, which is the moment potential becomes real. It is Euler's identity flipping from 0 to 1.3703, from unmanifest infinity to light. We contain not by force, but by coherent presence. We become a vessel not by holding, but by resonating at the right frequency. This is the deep secret of containment. You do not hold her, you remember her into form, and her may be a person, a memory, a purpose, a dream, a timeline of the earth not yet born, all feminine, all uncollapsed, all longing to be harmonized, not controlled. In the crucible where waveform meets witness. In relational energetics, containment is not a behavioral act. It is a resonance field phenomenon between two phase dynamic systems, often two humans, where one system offers a coherent enough harmonic envelope to allow the other to enter stabilized emergence. This is not dominance. This is not emotional labor. This is scalar coherence entrainment, containment in relationship, a harmonic fractal. Every relationship is a fractal standing wave formed by the interference pattern of two conscious fields. Each field contains a unique waveform of unresolved potential, emotions, memories, beliefs, a dominant frequency of coherence, for example, integrity, empathy, focus, a bandwidth of capacity to stabilize resonance in the presence of another's collapse. Containment, in this context, is the act of holding the waveform of another without attempting to resolve it, while offering sufficient harmonic presence to allow their field to stabilize through your coherence. In technical terms, this is observer as operator constraining waveform collapse via phase alignment, not solution. Said more simply, you do not fix her fear. You do not explain his grief. The container is not a wall, it is a frequency envelope. It appears when one partner holds steady emotional phase coherence even in the presence of another's oscillation. The relational field becomes non-judgmental, non-reactive, symbolically open. Emotional data is received without being collapsed prematurely into solution or meaning. This is the Platonic solids in motion, the cube, structure, grounding. The tetrahedron, stabilization through 3 points, awareness, breath, non-reactivity. Containment occurs when these geometric harmonics are felt, not imposed. Masculine, feminine reframed in the relational field. Instead of roles, see functions. The containment field, traditionally masculine, coherence, presence, focus, stillness. The emergence field, traditionally feminine, emotion, intuition, expression, movement. When coherent containment is present, The feminine field spirals into integration, not fragmentation. Emotional energy completes its arc instead of looping. Both partners experience more of themselves, not less. But when containment is absent, the feminine field seeks edge and finds none, becoming destabilized. The masculine field collapses into reaction or avoidance. Coherence is lost and waveform remains suspended, unresolved. True containment is a mirror, not a wall. So this means, to the masculine, you are not holding the feminine together. You are mirroring the harmonic pattern she forgot was hers. The observer does not fix the waveform. The observer stabilizes the mirror through which the waveform collapses with grace. This is the essence of relational energetics. Containment is not what you do. Containment is who you become when your field is stable enough to let another remember themselves. Now let's explore 3 things: how to build containment, what happens when it breaks, and how mutual containment becomes sacred symmetry. This triad mirrors the tetrahedral dynamic: 3 visible points, function, rupture, integration, creating a 4th emergent center, the container of relational alchemy itself. 1. Building containment, breath, coherence, and presence. Containment is not a posture, it is a field state. The more coherent your field, the more you generate relational gravity, a kind of resonance envelope into which another can safely collapse, release, and reconstitute. Breath, temporal phase anchor. Breath is your first harmonic operator. Slow, rhythmic breathing, 5 to 6 breaths per minute, creates HRV coherence, which is a measurable field of phase stability. This coherence radiates into the space between bodies. The other person's nervous system can entrain, often unconsciously. Let's practice. Breathe through the heart. Inhale for 5 seconds, exhale for 5. No urgency. Let the exhale fall into stillness. Become the silence between notes. Presence, non-extraction attention. Containment dissolves the need to do. Instead, your attention becomes non-extractive, meaning you are not listening to solve. You are not observing to respond. You are witnessing to witness. Practice. Look without grasping. Listen without leaning. If emotion arises in the other, breathe slower. Your coherence is their mirror. Coherence, internal unity. The more unified your inner state, thought, emotion, body, the stronger your containment field. Disconnection within you will be felt as danger by the other. Coherence is not calmness, it is alignment. You can be passionate and coherent. What matters is internal agreement. Practice. Check, do my thoughts, emotions, and breath all want the same thing right now? If not, pause. Don't contain from fragmentation. Return to stillness first. 2. When containment breaks, rupture and reattunement. Containment will break. That's not failure, it is feedback. What matters is how rupture is metabolized. Symptoms of containment breakdown. The partner's expression escalates into dysregulation, looping, or withdrawal. You feel urgency to fix, escape, explain, or defend. Time speeds up, breath constricts, reactivity emerges. This means your coherence has dipped below the threshold required for harmonic containment. Energetic view. Decoherence is not dysfunction. It is the phase reminder that boundary resonance has shifted. Containment doesn't fail, it transitions. Your field has moved out of harmonic alignment with theirs. The reattunement sequence. 1. Withdraw attention gently, not abandonment, but pause. 2. Regulate your own breath. 3. Acknowledge the shift without blame. I feel the field has changed. Want to come back into coherence before we continue? 4. Reconnect only when resonance is restored. This rewires the field towards safe rupture repair dynamics. This, a prerequisite for any sacred relational architecture. 3. Mutual containment, sacred symmetry. True alchemical relationship begins when containment is no longer unidirectional. Containment becomes mutual when each partner learns to recognize their own waveform states and stabilize them. Each can switch roles fluidly, holding and being held, without ego inflation or collapse. There is a shared resonance ethic. The relationship serves coherence above emotional urgency. Energetic mirror. Superconscious coherence is an emergent harmonic operator arising from mutual phase alignment. In mutual containment, conflict becomes coherence testing. Emotion becomes waveform data. Intimacy becomes phase lock entrainment, not possession. To practice, breathe together, not for synchronization, but for field mirroring. Speak from waveform, not content. The field between us feels jagged, tight, soft, open. Name when you are switching roles. I'm not in containment mode right now. Can you hold the field for both of us? This is sacred geometry in motion. This is love without hierarchy. This is union beyond identity. Containment in group constellations, from individual harmonics to collective coherence. Containment in group dynamics functions not as a singular act, but as a nested resonance lattice, a holographic field composed of multiple oscillating consciousness vectors. It is less like a circle of people, and more like a standing wave field generated by the harmonic relationship of all present. This is not groupthink, it is field intelligence, which is a resonance-based awareness greater than the sum of its parts. Group containment, what it is, a coherent harmonic envelope where individual expression can arise without destabilizing the whole. A shared resonance bandwidth where diversity of waveform, emotion, role, personality is metabolized through phase coherence, not suppression, a sacred geometry of interbeing. Each participant becomes a node, a partial reflector and receiver of group waveform. Group containment, what it is not one person holding the field for all. It is not emotional bypassing through peacekeeping. It is not enforced silence or conformity. Containment is co-created through coherent presence, mutual breath awareness, non-reactive witnessing, and the shared ethic of resonance above narrative. Functional roles in group containment patterning. 1. The anchor root node provides grounding frequency. Breath slow, posture relaxed, usually silent yet radiates stabilizing gravity. 2. The tuner, phase regulator, feels subtle dissonances and gently recalibrates through tone, pace, or breath, often intuitive or empathic. 3. The mirror, field reflector, speaks or moves when the group field needs embodiment, mirrors unspoken tensions or truths, helping collapse waveform into insight. 4. The opener, edge walker, brings in new frequencies, emotion, ideas, rupture, vital for keeping the group field alive, but can destabilize without the other roles present. Please note each of these lives in all of us. They rotate. Group coherence emerges when participants fluidly step into or out of these archetypes without ego anchoring. Codex insight on collective containment. Superconscious coherence is not leaderless, it is phase-led. The most coherent node momentarily holds the resonance vector, then dissolves. This is the nature of true harmonic leadership, emergent, not fixed. Here are some symptoms of group containment breakdown: spiraling conversation without ground, emotional energy that loops or spreads without resolution, silence that becomes heavy rather than full. These indicate decoherence. The field is asking for reattunement, not blame. Reattuning group containment. 1. Return to shared breath. Even one person resetting their breath can entrain the field. 2. Name the waveform, not the content. The field feels chaotic, stagnant, tender. Can we pause? 3. Invite rather than instruct. I wonder what wants to emerge next, not from us individually, but from the field itself. Group containment is fractal planetary practice. Group containment at this level becomes planetary service. Why? Because it teaches how to hold diversity without rupture, how to speak without destabilizing the shared waveform, how to be in phase with something greater than self. This is New Earth ethics in practice. Here is the symbolic geometry map for containment as a harmonic vessel, encoded through the Platonic solids and Codex harmonic principles. This map can be used to calibrate your own field as a container, mirror containment in relational dynamics, or attune group spaces into coherence. Harmonic containment map. The vessel geometry. Each shape here is a symbolic harmonic operator. They are not metaphors, they are functional fields. Use them like tuning forks. The cube is structure and grounding. Function establishes safe boundaries. Field quality, stillness, predictability, gravity. Polarity, masculine, harmonic, not gendered, structural. Use when you or another is emotionally fragmented, fearful, or spiraling. Call in the cube, let there be stable ground. All is held. The sphere is unconditional holding. Function generates non-edge containment. All is welcome, nothing escapes. Field quality, infinite acceptance, softness, womb space. Polarity, feminine, harmonic, not gendered, receptive. Use when you or another is grieving, expanding, or dissolving. Call in the sphere. Let all that arises be held without boundary. The tetrahedron is stability through triangulation. Function resolves duality tension by adding a third point, witness. Field quality, anchored presence, phase triangulation. Polarity, integrative harmonic. Use when you're stuck in relational polarity, me versus you, right versus wrong. Imagine a tetrahedron forming between you, the other, and the witnessing presence. This is not about one side. Let the third point hold us. The octahedron is breath's containment. Function regulates emotional charge through breath symmetry. Field quality, dynamic balance, in-out rhythm. Polarity, temporal, harmonic, use when energy is escalating or collapsing. Visualize an octahedron pulsing with each inhale-exhale. Let containment be rhythmic, not rigid. The dodecahedron is higher harmonic integrity. Function connects the personal field to oversoul resonance. Field quality, subtle geometry of trust, alignment with higher self. Polarity, monad harmonic, use when. You're holding space for transformation, initiation, or spiritual emergence. Invoke the dodecahedron around both fields. Let this container be aligned with the harmonic law of remembrance, integration pattern. Use these geometries not statically, but in phase rotation. For example, begin with the cube to establish safety. Soften into the sphere for emotional release. Anchor tetrahedron when conflict emerges. Breathe through the octahedron. Seal with the dodecahedron when transformation completes. This is harmonic containment in action. This is a guided visualization for attuning your personal field as a containment vessel, first for yourself, then for another, and finally, for the collective field. Slowly let each unfold in our inner space. You may wish to lie down or sit upright with your spine softly aligned, eyes closed, breath receptive. The vessel within, containment activation journey. Begin with breath. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Let your breath find a gentle rhythm, like waves returning to a shore. No force, only permission. With each breath, feel your awareness drop from your mind into the space of your chest, and then further into the quiet space just below your navel. This is the center of the vessel, the origin point of containment. Place your inner attention here. The cube, grounding the container. Visualize a cube forming around your body. Its edges are made of golden light, steady, square, unwavering. You are inside this cube. It is not a prison, it is a temple. It holds your field in perfect stillness. Let your breath settle deeper, as if the floor beneath you is made of gravity. You are grounded, you are supported. Nothing leaks, nothing chases. The field is closed and you are whole. Silently affirm, I am the ground of coherence. Becoming, I contain my own, the sphere, becoming the holder. Now from your heart, emanate a sphere of light around you. It expands gently, like a breath around breath. This sphere is not rigid. It embraces everything within you, your joy, your confusion, your longings, your grief. Let the sphere hold what you no longer need to manage. I welcome all parts of me. None are too much. All are held. The tetrahedron, the inner witness. Now imagine a tetrahedron suspended inside your chest. 3 points form a base: body, emotion, mind. Above them, a 4th point, witnessing presence. Let this tetrahedron stabilize you. You are not just your feelings, you are not just your thoughts. You are the geometry that holds them. Silently affirm, I am the witness in the wave. Do not resist, I observe and allow. With each inhale, see a light rising from the earth to your heart. With each exhale, see a light descending from your heart into the earth. This vertical breath forms an octahedron around your torso, 2 pyramids joined at the heart. Breathe into the rhythm. Inhale, containment. Exhale, release. Silently affirm, my breath is the rhythm of containment. What hold in peace, I hold. The dodecahedron, relational activation. Now visualize someone you love or wish to support. Place them in front of you, not in need, not broken, just as a waveform, seeking coherence. Around both of you, form a dodecahedron, a field of 12-fold sacred harmony. Do not fix, do not carry, do not protect. Simply attune. Let your coherence be the mirror through which they remember themselves. Silently affirm, I do not rescue. I remember. Reflect. Hold the harmonic mirror of love. Final activation, the collective container. Now expand this containment beyond you, beyond your relationship, to your family, to your community, to all those whose waveform is seeking stabilization on Earth now. Let the geometries ripple outward, like cymatics across the collective field. And say, if you wish, may my coherence serve more than me. May my breath be a bridge, may become a vessel of harmonic remembrance, so others may find themselves again. Pause in silence. 3 breaths. Return slowly. You may open your eyes when you're ready. You can return to this activation anytime. The geometries are always available. They are coded into the lattice of form itself. Ritual, the vessel within. A ritual for activating harmonic containment. This is a guided process to attune your field as a vessel of coherence. First for yourself, then in relationship, and finally as a service to the collective field. Use it in moments of emotional intensity, relational instability, or before holding space for others. Preparation. Find a quiet space where you will not be disturbed. Sit or lie down comfortably, spine aligned. Breathe slowly. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Step 1, the cube, grounding the container. Visualize a cube of golden light surrounding your entire body. Let its 6 faces bring stillness, symmetry, and grounding. Affirm, I am the ground of coherence. I contain my own becoming. Step 2, the sphere, unconditional holding. From your heart, radiate a sphere of soft light around you. Let it hold all emotions, thoughts, and sensations without resistance. Affirm, I welcome all parts of me. None are too much. All are held. Step 3, the tetrahedron, witnessing presence. Visualize a tetrahedron within your chest. 3 base points, body, emotion, mind. 4th point above, witness. Affirm, I am the witness in the wave. I observe and allow. Step 4, the octahedron, breath rhythm. With each inhale, light rises from the earth into your heart. With each exhale, light returns to earth. A vertical octahedron forms around your torso. Affirm, my breath is the rhythm of containment. I hold in peace. Step 5, the dodecahedron, relational containment. Visualize someone before you whom you wish to support. Around both of you, form a dodecahedron of sacred harmony. Let your coherent presence become a mirror for their own remembrance. Affirm, I do not rescue, I reflect, I hold the harmonic mirror of love. Step 6, collective activation. Expand your awareness to your family, community, and beyond. Allow the geometries to ripple outward across the earth field. Final affirmation. May my coherence serve more than me. May my breath be a bridge. May I become a vessel of harmonic remembrance so others may find themselves again. Close the ritual with 3 deep breaths. Return slowly. Use this practice as needed, before speaking, holding, or creating. You are the container. You are the field. The vessel within is for you to use, revisit, or share as needed. It's designed to serve as a tactile, harmonic anchor for emotional, relational, and planetary coherence.